Yo, what's up, everyone? As many of you know, the NGS Official Creator Program has gone through quite a lot since its release. We've gone through both really good and really bad changes, some leading to praise that almost overhypes the program itself, and others making people question the integrity of the creator program overall. Well, just now, not only did we get our recent update to the creators added and removed from the site, we also got a pretty big change on the site that makes me very hopeful for the future of the creator program. So let's take a look at that right now. For those of you who don't know or need a refresher, this is what the NGS Official Creator Program is. If you go to the website, it says, we're looking for content creators like you to help us take NGS to the next level. What is an NGS Official Creator? NGS Official Creators are content creators certified by the NGS team. All creators who can help us hype up NGS are encouraged to apply. As long as they meet specific criteria, we'd love for you to share your unique perspectives on what you find fun and appealing about the game. We eagerly await your entry to the NGS Official Creator Program. So basically, it's a group of creators chosen by SEGA or the NGS team themselves after applying, who make content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you continue scrolling on the site, you'll see more information about the program itself, like when it was last updated. And our last update was today, October 27th of 2023. It also includes notices and disclaimers, as well as announcements for the rewards or changes in the program. You also get a summary of the requirements needed to be eligible for the program, and you have the ability to apply here. If you scroll down a little bit more, it shows you the application period, when applications stop, and when they announce the new creators. Lastly, we have the frequently asked questions. If you continue to scroll down, you reach a section that says Meet Our Official Creators. So let's talk about what is different here. So over time, this has changed a little bit, but normally they have pictures of the creator, the username of the creator, a link to where you can watch them on either YouTube, Twitch, or both. Which, fun fact, for like a month or two, this had both my Twitch and my YouTube. I don't know what happened to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of weird issues and mistakes that have been made when it comes to maintaining the site, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. If you continue to scroll, you can see the different color creator badges. Those correspond with the amount of time that the creators have been in the program. So as an example, I have the rainbow badge here because I've been in the program for over a year. And you can see the different colors here. We have gold, silver, bronze, and then we have the blue for people who are very new to the program. Now, if we scroll back up, you'll notice next to some of the creators at the top, which here I am right here at the very top, you will see our creator image, our username, our information. But to the right, we also have a featured video. Now, I'm not 100% sure about how it's going to work as far as having creator videos up there. I don't know if it just applies to the creators who have been there a year or more, or if it rotates through all of the creators, or if eventually everyone's going to have a video featured on the website. But the good thing is we actually look like a creator website now. This is very similar to other creator programs like Black Desert Online and places like that that feature their creators on their website. Is it perfect? No, but it is a step in the right direction. This does show that they care about promoting us just as much as we promote the game. As much as I love being a part of the creator program, it's always felt that they encourage us to promote them, and we get like the rewards in game, but we don't really get any support from the creator program itself. Now, I've been creating content for a very, very long time, and I've been a part of tons of creator programs. So to me, just getting the rewards and the acknowledgement from PSO is a lot, especially with a smaller niche game like this. But without having that support, it has raised a few eyebrows as to why the creator program is important, why you should be a part of it, and what it even means. It's not all bad though, and I'm not trying to make you guys think that it is, because to be honest, the community managers on social media, as well as the NGS team, they've been putting in an effort for, I would say, a little over a year now to share some of our posts on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as support some of our content outside of that, like occasionally coming into a stream and mentioning something here or there, coming to our in-game events, having like a GM pop by, things like that. So they try, they do, but it doesn't seem like that looking from the outside in. Again, I have a lot of experience with programs like this, so I get what they're trying to do, and everything takes time. But things like this, updates to the website like this, them actively wanting to share our content and get it out there, it feels more like a give and take now. Hopefully we see things like this continue in the future and see the program itself trend upwards. There have been a lot of issues with the program very recently, the past few months. For a while, people said the program was very restrictive, which in my personal opinion, I don't think that it is. Most creator programs require you having a very high amount of viewership to even be considered in the program. Or a very high amount of consistency. And they do things based on average if you're a Twitch streamer, or the amount of total views you get per month if you're a YouTuber. And this program does it too, but the requirements are pretty low, to be quite honest. Taking our game category into consideration, I feel like all of these numbers make sense, but that's just, again, a personal opinion, and opinions are subjective. You may feel like it might be too much, or you might feel like it might be too little. The creator program had the same issues that most programs like this do. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that at one point, the creator program was praised to a point that it was almost overhyped. And at the very beginning, of course, everyone wanted to be a NGS creator. I mean, I even had an issue with my application the first month, and it was a bit frustrating to feel like I've worked very hard and wasn't getting acknowledged or got passed over. So, like, I get it. But some people were basing their worth on the creator program. And I just want to tell you that it doesn't matter what the game is. It doesn't matter what the content is. That does not show your value as a creator. Yes, as I mentioned, it is absolutely amazing when you're acknowledged for the work you put in. But if you put too much stock into this, you'll just be miserable. I know people who quit creating content and even playing the game altogether because they weren't getting accepted to the program. That was their only goal. And ultimately, like, you need to make content that you're happy with. If you make good content, you make good content. As an example, I've been a Twitch streamer for almost 9 years now. I've been full-time about 2 years. I think it's been almost exactly 2 years. And I don't have my purple check mark. I don't have Twitch partner. And yeah, it sucks sometimes, and it can be really discouraging to feel like, man, I've done this for so long, but they're not acknowledging me. Does this mean I'm bad? But then people come every day to my stream to watch my content, and that's what makes me realize that regardless of a check mark or not, I'm still a good creator. And you should look at any program that way. It's not easy, but you definitely should have that sort of viewpoint going into it, or you will end up miserable if you don't get what you expect. Anyway, we kind of went on a little tangent there. But where I was initially going with this is that because this happened and we have a smaller community comparatively for an MMO, because this is a very niche game, SEGA hears the complaints very loud. People may not think that they're listening, but they hear our complaints very loud because there's not a ton of people talking. So with them hearing those complaints, they did what most programs do that either leads to their demise or leads to the same exact issue. And they just started letting almost anyone in, which is fine and it's great. And there's a lot of people who got to join the program, whether it be for a month or they're still here. They got to join the program and they were happy and they felt that sense of satisfaction from being acknowledged. But at this point, this just becomes you're giving anyone who creates content just free premium. It doesn't feel like a creator program. We didn't have the perks at the time of them making the decision, nor did we have the support for it to seem like anything else but that. And I know that seems like a bit harsh. I don't like being harsh with stuff like this. It almost sounds ungrateful, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to come off that way. But realistically, this is how it's viewed. Yes, this brought more eyes on the creator program because people felt that it was more likely for them to get in. So they checked and they checked and they checked. But it doesn't fix what the issue was with the program itself. If anything, it kind of caused this weird time we just recently went through where people had a lot of really big egos, which honestly is a little strange to me because we are a very small community, at least viewership wise, on places like Twitch and even someone on YouTube. And a lot of the bigger people don't have these types of egos. So it was strange to me, but we started getting things like that. We started getting a lot of toxicity. People looked at the program like a joke. And even some of us as creators spoke out about that we don't feel like having these creator badges, having the name of NGS Official Creator really meant anything anymore. It kind of was people like, I don't know, it caused a gap in between the creators, if anything. So I feel like this is them trying to push in the right direction. They have let some people out of the program who may have been a part of the issue. And I'm not saying that everyone who is not in the program anymore is a part of the issue at all. I'm definitely not saying that. Even I have been wrongfully removed. Sometimes they make mistakes on the website, which again, we'll get into that in just a moment. But sometimes they make mistakes on the website. There's been quite a few of us who've been removed who were not removed from the program, whether we were up the next month or the next day. And there's been some people removed almost wrongfully. They still meet the requirements. They didn't really do anything wrong. So I'm not exactly sure how they make those decisions, but we do see some that are pushing things in the right direction. From what I've heard in the past, SEGA was not the most supportive when it came to their creators, their Phantasy Star creators back in the day. So this is definitely like a big jump for them. And I think that's why a lot of these mistakes are being made. There's a lot of pressure put on them to do well. As much as the site doesn't get traffic, the ones of us giving it the traffic are the ones with the biggest mouths. So they have a lot of pressure to do well and to make us happy. We went from not being able to contact them to kind of being able to contact them via Twitter DM. Now we have our own Discord server, as well as, a site showcasing our hard work. I know I've been going on for a little while now, but I just get really excited seeing things that feel like they're going in a positive direction. Before we get to the end of this video, I do want to go back to some of the issues. So let's talk about the issues. Now, one thing that still drives me insane, and I never understood this design, is why are the creators all the way at the bottom of the website? That makes no sense. And this is why I mentioned that from the outside, it looks like they just want people to just promote them and that's it. When I know that's not true, and I know that's not what they mean by this, but I feel that the featured creators, well, all of them, but like the videos that they have should be at the very top, the rest of the creators underneath, and then after that, people who are interested in applying will continue scrolling and look for like, where can I apply? How can I become a creator? They'll find that information. You don't need to put that at the top. And I think that's why it kind of caused issues as well, is because people go to the site, They see that they might meet the requirements, or they could stream for a week and meet the requirements, and they apply, and they don't take the time to scroll down and see like who their fellow community members are, what the vibe is, what the other creators are like. Although it's not really a necessity, I think it is very important with a tight-knit community like this. And just having that information at the top just doesn't make any sense to me. Another thing that's kind of sort of an issue, not really an issue, but it's something that I've noticed previously, is that sometimes like Phantasy Star does decide to sponsor larger streamers, whether they be big VTubers, like they've had people from 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓴𝓼, they've had like Buff Pup, or like other really big creators. They sponsor them to play the game. But I think that that program should work alongside the creator program. There's a few reasons I say this. The first reason is because this will assure that they choose creators with integrity, who they can trust to work with other creators showcasing the game and make the game look even better. Whether it be you have to be in the program for at least 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever, I think that would put a lot more trust in the creator program itself. And, you know, it'll cause them to make better choices when it comes to adding and removing from the program. The next thing is that many sponsored creators start at the beginning for some reason. I've done a lot of sponsorships. I don't know why you would start them at the very beginning of a game like this with nothing and not really guide them or tell them what they should do, because the game is confusing in comparison to many other MMOs. So having someone alongside with them who can teach them the ropes of the game, can guide them through things, that would be very helpful on both ends. And it would just show like a bond and a connection between that streamer trying the game for the first time, whether they enjoy it or not, and someone who's passionate and loves the game. And the last reason is simply because I've noticed a lot of the sponsored streamers, when they're done playing Phantasy Star, they don't return to the game. And on top of that, as soon as they're done, they go and raid someone in a completely different category. And the love to the category that they just did all this work for it, SEGA just paid for it, kind of just disappears. Those people follow the streamer. They're not following the game if they didn't have a very good experience, nor do they understand what happened. They might log in and try to play with that person who's streaming day one, but that's it. You'll never see a lot of those people again. And I think it would be more effective if they were able to pass the love to someone else who knows the game, whether it be an official creator or not. I think those two things should work hand in hand, just to keep the community going. And it just doesn't make sense to me to throw a lot into it and then just yank it back out. So I don't know, but I could make a whole different video about how I think things like that work. It's not really relevant right now, so I'm not going to do that. But if we run into that situation, I might. I don't want to talk too much about the sponsorship program. The focus here is the creator program. But I think that would be really good to have those work together. Another issue is how the website is maintained. Good Lord. Any of you who either are creators or just keep an eye on the creator website often, you know that there's some people who have been there over a year. I'm going to use my friend C1, an outstanding creator who's been here well over a year. They got into the program when I did, and they don't have an image or description or anything. And I think Elena's just got updated like today. And they're working on that. Like I said, we have a Discord server now. They're slowly working on updating that. But I think that they should prioritize it. It's a little unfair to have, people who just joined the program have their stuff all perfect on the website, and then people who have been here for a long time just not have anything at all. But some of it is absolutely ridiculous. The aesthetic of the website is a little underwhelming. I'm not a big fan of light mode or anything like that, but I think having the images over a white background would look a bit nicer. All of the different blues and grays just kind of blend and mush together. It's not very appealing to look at. It's not very attractive to the eye. You guys know me, I work with fashion and colors and things like that, and I would absolutely love to get my hands on this and be able to reorganize this. But yeah, I think they should just make it look a bit more appealing, even if it has an aesthetic a little different from the regular page. I think it would look nicer if it had a version 2 aesthetic with the contrasting oranges and the blues and things like that. I think that would look very nice. And of course, there's other issues that I could discuss when it comes to the creator program, like things on the lines of communication and other nonsense. But there's really no reason for me to talk about it on this video because those are things that are being taken care of internally. And me talking about it now doesn't really fix anything. But enough of that. I want to end this video on a positive note. I am really, really happy to see changes like this. I know to some people you're like, okay, they put a video on the website. You're like, why did you make a whole video about this, skulls? But like, this is a big step forward. We have some absolutely amazing and passionate creators, and I really hope to see changes like this and more in the future. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed the video. It was quite a bit long. I didn't expect it to be this long. Sorry if I rambled a little bit about things like that. You guys know discussion videos aren't normally my jam, but I really wanted to talk about this. And if you guys enjoyed this video or PSO content or other stuff, I make other content on my channel. Make sure you all subscribe. And per usual, stay comfy. Bye.